Hi again, everybody. It's Silo Lady Rebel softball this afternoon on this Class 2A regional tournament as the Lady Rebels take on the Howe Lady Lions. And Silo, the visiting team on the scoreboard for this contest. As we get set to start things here in this winner's bracket final contest. Winner moves on to the championship game later on this afternoon. And the loser has to turn around and play Stroud in an elimination contest. Kaylin Nye is the pitcher for Howe, the Lady Lions. 24-14 on the season. They were 4-2 winners yesterday over Stroud. Came from behind to do that late. And ready to start things. Silo at the plate. It's Shaylin Midgley to lead things off. Batting at .495 for the season. The senior returned to the lineup yesterday after being out a few games with an injured leg, and she had a couple hits yesterday in the Lady Rebels victory, 12-0 over Chelsea. First pitch is outside for a ball to Midgley. And that one misses as well. .539 the on-base percentage for the Lady Rebel leadoff hitter. She's got 9 doubles, 4 triples, 15 RBIs, and leads the team 47 runs scored. And that one misses as well. 3-0 the count to Midgley. Contest postponed from yesterday with the rains that came through. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Midgley draws the walk to begin the contest. She trots on down to first base. Brings up Avery Beecham, the sophomore catcher, hitting at .410 on the year. She got 6 doubles, 25 RBIs, has scored 23 runs as well. And Beecham takes a strike, first strike thrown this afternoon by the Howe pitcher, Nye. Here's the 0-1, and Midgley takes off and slips on the wet dirt and has to scramble back, diving in for the bag. 1-1 the count as that pitch was a ball. Had a little bit of rain earlier, about an hour and a half ago, and still a few wet spots on the infield as that pitch misses outside, and 2-1 the count to Avery Beecham. Next pitch from Nye is bunted and bunted through for a strike as Beecham squared the bunt and couldn't connect. It's 2-2 on the count. Try to pick off attempt for Midgley at first base, but she was back in safely. The next pitch to Beecham is outside. Count runs full. Second batter of the game for the Lady Rebels. And the pitch is high for ball 4. Midgley was on the move. And she'll be down at second base after the walk to Beecham. Brings up Lexi McDonald. Lexi had some tough luck yesterday. A couple outs with runners on base. She did hit one that got over the center fielder's head and scored a couple. It's count 0-1 to McDonald. Team leader in RBIs and batting average at .567. She'll pull one on the ground to the first baseman who fields and steps on the bag for out number one, but that does move up the base runners. So there's one out, and that brings up Charlie Hampton. Hampton now hitting at .353 after yesterday's games. And she'll square and bunt foul. Midgley was coming in. Lady Rebels trying to squeeze in a run here early on. Was fouled off by Hampton. Charlie, 27 RBIs on the season. Next pitch is high for a ball. Hampton just one sacrifice bunt on the season. 1-1 the count, and that's high. Two 1 the count. Nye in the pitcher's circle. The pitch home, swung on, fouled off the right side, now to play. Evens the count at 2-2. Charlie was 0 for 2 at the plate in yesterday's contest against Chelsea. Scored a run, walked once. Now checks the sign, pitch home, it's bunted. Squeezes on, here's the throw to first base, and they're going to get Hampton out, but she picks up the RBI. Second sacrifice bunt of the season, that coming with the 2-strike count. Executed the job there, and Silo leads 1-0. Michaela Clark is the next batter. Clark had a couple hits yesterday in the win over Chelsea. And she'll take a strike called. Upped her season average to .211. Josie Savage, the courtesy runner at third. Two outs in the contest. There's a pop fly to right, and it's going to be caught, and that'll be out number 3 to end the inning. But not before Silo scores a run. And they lead at 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. In the pitching circle, once again today, is going to be Christina Clark getting the start, the senior. In the circle, she got the win in yesterday's contest, 20-3, the season record for Christina, 2 saves. This is her 28th appearance of the season, 24th start, 140 2/3 innings pitched. And she has a 1.02 ERA. 20 runs allowed, 16 earned, 66 hits in those 140-plus innings. She has struck out 195 and walked 15 as the first pitch is swung on and fouled off the left side. Now to play. Josh Johnson at the plate for Howe. 0-1 the count. And there's a strike called. It's 0-2. Here's the next one. It's outside. 1-2 the count to Johnson. Next pitch is swung on, and it's a ground ball left side, fielded by Hampton. Throw over to Michaela Clark, and she hangs on the bag. Had to lean for that one and makes the grab. There's one out. Next batter is Abby Huey. Batting with one out. Pitch swung on, hit to right field. Coming in is Haley Cisco and going to make the grab. There's two gone. Checking the defensive lineup, Charlie Hampton is at third. Lexi McDonald at shortstop. The second baseman today is Shaylin Midgley. And Michaela Clark at first base. Behind the plate for the Lady Rebels, Avery Beecham. And at the plate, Ashlyn Dalton for Howe. Watches that pitch outside for a ball. Savannah Babb in left field. It's Cash Atwood in center and Haley Cisco in right. And swing and a miss. An off-speed pitch. Time Dalton out in front of that one. It's 1-1 the count. Clark's pitch, and that's low for a ball. Big crowd out in the right field cheap seats out there behind the wall in our left field. Like that. The Rebel baseball team concluded their regional play late last night. 6-0 victory over Visay for the regional championship, and out here watching the softball squad in action. And that pitch missed on that attempt by Dalton. Evens the count at 2-2. Next pitch from Clark, and it's strike three called on the inside corner. Got her looking. First strikeout of the contest for Clark, and she retires. The Lady Lions in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the second. It's Silo 1 and Howe nothing. Six, 7, and 8 hitters up, due up this inning for Silo. Break in to start things. against Kaylin Nye. And first pitch misses for a ball to Ginn. Lady Rebels picked up a run in the first without a hit. They took advantage of a couple of free passes and scored. And a swing by Ginn fouls it back to the backstop. Count now 1-1. Swing and a miss by Ginn. Moves the count to 1-2 against Kaylin Nye. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, and that one's hit foul. Cued off the right side. And out of play. Next pitch, and that one's fouled back and out of play. Next pitch to Bree, and that one's fouled off as well. Nice next offering, and it's inside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Nye gets the sign, pitch home. It's low for ball 3. Count goes full to Bree Ginn. Payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. Ginn's has spoiled 3 pitches here with 2 strikes. Payoff pitch once again, and it's called strike 3, that time on the outside corner. Haley Cisco, the next batter. Hitting with 1 out, the left-hand hitting Cisco. And that pitch outside the zone. 1-0 the count. Cisco trying to find her way on here in the second inning. Top half as the strike is called. Philo, the visiting team on the scoreboard for this one. Pitch swung on, and it's fouled off the left side. Cisco now batting at 156 through the contest yesterday. Next pitch from Nye, and Cisco will foul it off. The 1-2 count to Cisco, and she'll get a piece of that one, foul. Lady Rebels seeing a lot of pitches here early on from Kaylin Nye. And the next pitch, and it's fouled back. Much like, again, moments ago, that's 3 straight fouled off there by Cisco to stay alive. Next pitch, and it's a called strike. Called strike for strike 3, and Savannah Babb, the next batter. And Babb will square and pull back, take that pitch for a ball. Here's the next one, fouled on that bunt attempt. Nye's next offering is pulled into left field for a base hit. Hard ground ball by Babb, hit just in the right spot, deep in the hole there, and diving attempt by the shortstop. Couldn't get it.
That brings up the center fielder, number 3, Cash Atwood.
So Babb is aboard and brings up Cash Atwood. Atwood hitting with 2 outs, and she'll watch that pitch for a ball. One 0 the count, and the next one. It's high for ball 2. Atwood trying to find her way on to get the top of the order back up here in the second inning, and she watches ball 3. Walks is what got Nye into trouble in the first inning when Salo scored a run without a hit. Atwood takes a strike there. 3-1 count. Pitch to Atwood. In there for strike 2. So 3-2 count. Runner will be going. Payoff pitch swung on, and it is lined up the middle for a base hit. Atwood delivers a single. So 2 runners aboard with hits by Babb and Atwood. And it's Shaylin Midgley batting with 2 outs. Midgley scored the only run in the first inning. She got a chance to pick up an RBI here with Babb in scoring position. And the pitch is a strike called. That one right on the outside corner called a strike. And the next pitch is low. It's 2-0, or it's 1-1. Next one to Midgley, ground ball, sharply hit right at the third baseman, however, who will step on the bag for the force. And that'll end the inning for Silo. In the second, no runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Lady Rebels with a 1-0 lead.
First to play for the Lady Lions, number 4, the catcher, Gracie Lute.
So for Howe here in the second inning, they will hit Gracie Lute, the Lady Lion catcher, and she will look at the first pitch for a strike from Christina Clark. Here's the next one, a swing and a miss. That big breaker there, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 from Clark is outside. Here's the next pitch. It's cued on the ground, headed to first base, and slowly hit. Late reacting there. It looked like first Clark may go try to field it, but then, or Christina, but then Michaela hesitated just a tad, and too late to get the base runner, who is aboard to lead off the inning. Courtesy runner is going to be Jazz Harrison for the catcher. And it's the pitcher, Carson Nye, to bat. Trying to help her own cause here. And there's a pitch for a ball. Here's the next one. It's a strike called from Christina Clark. Count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back. Moves the count to 1-2. Pitch from Christina there is outside, evens it up 2-2. Here's one inside. It's a full count now with nobody out. To Nye. This one's hit on the ground a second. Midgley with it over to over to short to McDonald, and a throw from McDonald to first. off of the base runner who is coming in, and it's going to be called a double play on interference. The courtesy runner there, Harrison, coming in, did not try to slide and called for interference, hit by the throw from McDonald. There's 2 outs. And that pitch, first pitch, a ball to Kalen Nye. Kalen is actually the pitcher. That was her sister Carson, the earlier batter, and comebacker to the circle, fielded there by Christina Clark. She'll toss over and get the third out. So just like that, Lady Rebels out of the inning. No runs a hit. Nobody left. We go to the third inning. Silo 1, Howe nothing. It's the heart of the order this inning for Silo 2-3-4. Avery Beecham to lead things off. And she will watch the first pitch for a strike call. That one's fouled off by Beecham. 0-2 the count now. And the next offering there from Callan Nye is outside. 1-2. Here's a ground ball hit right side. Fielded there. Scooped up by the second baseman over to first in time. Beecham is retired. There's one gone here in the third. And it's Lexi McDonald to bat. And Lexi watches that one upstairs. Here's the next one. It's hit the other way into left center for a base hit. Line drive off the bat of McDonald. And she's aboard. Be a opposite field single. And Charlie Hampton will now hit. Had the lone RBI of the contest back in the first on a squeeze bunt. And she will take the first pitch from Nye here, low for a ball. Here's the next one. It swung on, ground ball, hit left side. Diving stop by the shortstop. And from her belly, she tosses to second, gets the force on the fielder's choice off the bat of Hampton. It was a diving stop to the right by Howe shortstop Abby Huey. There's two gone. And Michaela Clark will bat. First pitch high for a ball. Here's the next one. And it's a strike call. One on one the count to Michaela Clark. Squares, pulls back, swings and misses here for strike two. Next pitch, ground ball back to the pitcher. Nice, scoops it up, throws over in time to get the third out on Michaela Clark. Ends the inning for Silo. Lady Rebels get a hit, but fail to score in the third. We head to the bottom of the inning. 1-0. Silo on top. Here on SiloRebels.tv and the Squirtle Network. Maddie Nobles to start things here in the third for Howe, and she watches a strike from Christina Clark. There's one fouled. Back to the backstop. 0-2. One and two the count. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Strikeout for Christina Clark. And there's one out. Kelby Duvall is the batter. One 1-0 the count. Here's the next one. And it's fouled. One 1 to Duvall, and there's the pitch swung on. They just got a piece of that one. 1-2. Next pitch. It swung on a miss for strike three. Her third strikeout of the game for Christina Clark. Joanna Lloyd is the next batter. And she'll hit a ground ball to short. Fielded on a hop by McDonald, and Lexi tosses over in time to get the third out of the inning. Howe retired in order in the third. We head to the fourth. Silo with a 1-0 lead. Break in to lead off for Silo here in the fourth. 6, 7, and 8 batters due up. And the pitch is lofted into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Leadoff single for Bree Ginn as she went the other way. And Silo has the leadoff batter aboard. Here comes Haley Cisco.
Right fielder number 2, Haley Cisco.
Cisco handy with the bat. We'll see if the bunt's on here for the Lady Rebels, and she will square and pull back, take a pitch high for a ball. Corners were charging for Howe, first and third baseman. Here's the pitch. And that one misses for ball 2. Here's the next pitch from Nye, and it's outside. It's 3-0. 3-0 to Cisco. And she will watch that one for a strike. Moves the count to 3-1. Trying to get Ginn to second base in a scoring position. Here with less than 2 outs. Next pitch, it's called strike 2. The payoff pitch, and that one's outside. Missed way outside on that one. A walk to Cisco. They are 2 runners on now with nobody out, and it's Savannah Babb, the senior, stepping to the plate. Expecting a bunt here, and it drops in. Here's the throw to first base. It's not going to be in time. Charging was the first baseman. Couldn't make a play on it. The third baseman had to field it, and by the time she got the throw on, it was a base hit on the bunt single by Savannah Babb. The bases are loaded, and nobody out. So a hit, a walk, and a bunt single by Savannah Babb loaded the bases. The pitch to Cash Atwood is low for a ball. Silo with a big threat here. Infield all the way in for Howe. Trying to cut off the run, and Atwood takes it for a strike on that pitch. 1-1 the count. Lady Rebels have Midgley on deck. That pitch is low. Nice stop by the catcher to keep it from going to the backstop. It's 2-1 on the count to the freshman Cash Atwood. The pitch from Nye swung on. It's hit in the air to right field, but the right fielder playing shallow makes the grab, and the throw comes in quickly. Runners had to hold. And now it's Midgley, the senior, stepping to the plate.
Second baseman, number 5, Shaylin Midgley.
Midgley hitting at .495, 15 RBIs, and she could get some big ones added to that total right here. And she first pitch is a strike to Midgley. Pitch was fouled off by Midgley. Oh, 2 the count to Midgley here. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch swung on, ground ball to short. Here's the toss to second, and the relay to first is not in time. Midgley safe. Coming on home is Cisco, scores from second. 2 runs are in as they throw a little bit late. It's fielded by the shortstop. She went to second for 1, and then the throw to first was late on the throw to get Midgley and was called safe there. Then Howe hesitated, and Cisco, running all the way from second, able to score. So 2 runs come across. Umpires discussing this right now. Now they're going to go talk to Coach Lawless. Discussion still going on. So the umpires now discussing it with coaches for both teams on the situation here. And the discussion continues. Over toward third base, and apparently they're going to call the third out, and Howe's coming off the field. Apparently they're going to call Midgley out before the run scored, and it's 2-0. One run's coming in. So they're going to call Midgley out on interference, and only one run is going to count. So it's 2-0 Silo as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Be back for the bottom of the fourth in just a moment. We go to the bottom of the inning. Josh Johnson, the leadoff batter for Howe, to start things here in the fourth. And she watches the first pitch outside to Johnson. Later, I was expecting a bunt. Charlie Hampton over halfway home toward the plate at third base. And there's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 the count to Johnson. Here's the next pitch from Clark. Swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Coming in is Atwood, and she's going to make the grab. There's one gone here in the fourth. Silo tacked on a run. And Abby Huey, the batter, takes the ball. Pitch misses from Christine. It's 2-0. Pitch fouled back to the backstop. Two-one pitch, and it's a strike called. 2-2. A 2-2 pitch swung on, hit in the air to right field. Over a couple steps is Haley Cisco, and she's going to make the catch. 2 outs here in the fourth. And the batter stepping up for Howe is Ashlyn Dalton. Now batting with a couple gone here in the fourth inning. Silo with a 2-0 lead here in this regional winners bracket contest. Winner advances on to the regional championship. Scheduled for a 4 p.m. start this afternoon. Next one is fouled straight back by Dalton. Unable to square that one up. 1-1 the count. Next pitch swung on, popped up to right, and that one is drifting way back, and Cisco's going to make the catch in front of the right field wall for out number 3. That ball carried well to right, but Cisco able to make the play. And that ends the 4th inning for Howe. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the 5th. Silo 2-0. 2, 3, and 4 batters due up for the Lady Rebels here in the 5th inning. Avery beats them to start things. And she watches that pitch for a strike call. Here's the next one from Nye, and it's fouled back to the backstop. 0-2 the count to Beecham. Trying to get a batter aboard for McDonald. Lexi on deck. This pitch is in the dirt. Silo picked up a run in the 1st and a run in the 4th to lead it 2-0 here. Here's the ball hit to first base. Dropped by the first baseman in and out of her glove, but she has time to pick it up and step on the bag for the force. There's one out. Lexi McDonald is the next batter. Lexi, opposite field single. Her first at bat. They're playing Lexi the other way. And she's going to smoke one to the right center gap. Burned him on the shift that time. McDonald around first, headed for second, and she's going to try to make it to third. Here comes the throw going to third. She slides in head first with a triple. For some reason, the Lady Bulldog or the Lady Lions had McDonald shifted to hit the other way, and she pulled one to the right center gap and gets a triple out of it. Brings up Charlie Hampton now with the runner at third and one out. Here's the pitch to Hampton. She fouls it off on the bunt attempt. She squeezed in a run in the first inning for an RBI with the bunt. She's trying to make it second time on that one, but couldn't get it fair. Oh, 1 the count Pitch to Hampton is outside. Trying to get McDonald home with the third run of the contest. And this pitch is lined into right. It's going to fall for a base hit. Our run is in. Second RBI of the game for Hampton. And the Lady Rebels lead it 3-0. Opposite field single down the right field line. She pokes that one in there.
Number 15, the first baseman, Michaela Clark.
And it's Michaela Clark batting. She fouls it straight back. Here's a swing and a miss by Michaela Clark. Throw down to first base, not in time. 0-2 the count to Clark with an out. And she'll watch that pitch for a ball. That one's fouled back and out of play by Michaela Clark. One and two the count. Clark squares and pulls back. She's going to swing on the pitch and pop it up. In is the third baseman and making the catch, Maddie Nobles. There's two outs. Bree is the batter. Bree had a hit our last at bat. She hits this one to the right center gap, but on the run is the center fielder going to make the grab for the third out. Lady Rebels pick up a run on 2 hits, and they leave a runner on after 4.5 innings. Silo leads it now 3-0. First pitch swinging is Gracie Lute for a Howe, and she's going to pop it up to shallow center field. And Atwood makes the grab. Coming in on the run, there's one out. Carson Nye is the batter. And Nye's going to pop it up. Here comes Hampton over. She's going to make the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the fifth for Christina Clark.
The pitcher, number 8, Alan
Callan Nye, the next batter, and first pitch here is upstairs. Here's one fouled off. Back to the backstop. It's 1-1 the count. Next pitch is high. 2-1. Two outs here in the fifth, and Nye, and there's a free pass. Walk there to Nye, and that's just the 16th walk Christina's issued this whole season. First of the game, and Maddie Noble's the batter, and is a pitch swung on a miss. Here's the next one. Number off the end of the bat, fielded by Christina Clark, over to Michaela, and that'll be the third out. Howe goes down in the fifth. No runs, no hits, a runner left. We head to the sixth. Silo with the 3-0 lead. We go to the sixth inning. Haley Cisco to lead it off for Silo, and the Lady Rebels with a 3-0 lead. Swing and a miss by Cisco. Count now 0-2. And there's a strike three on the swing and miss by Cisco. There's one out here in the sixth inning. Savannah Babb, the next batter. A pitch, bunted through, and actually just a piece of that one, foul ball. One strike called. 0-2 the count to Babb, the senior left fielder, and she's going to foul that one back to the backstop. Pitch high for a ball. 1-2 the count to Babb. That one misses outside. Count evens at 2-2. Next pitch swung on by Babb, popped up left side of the infield, and the shortstop makes the grab. That's Abby Huey with the catch. Second out. It's going to bring up Cash Atwood.
Next up for the Lady Rebels, the center fielder, number 3, Cash Atwood.
Ball's popped up on the right side and sails out of play for Atwood. Oh, 1 the count. Here's the next pitch from Nye, and that one misses outside. Count evens at 1-1. Atwood trying to find a way on to get something started with 2 outs here in the 6th. So that pitch way inside, looked like it nearly hit her. Nye gets the sign. Here's the pitch home. It's upstairs. 3-1 the count. Here's a ground ball hit right side of the infield, fielded by the second baseman over to first in time. Lady Rebels are retired in the 6th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning now, still with a 3-0 Silo lead. Kelby Duvall, the leadoff hitter for Howe in the bottom of the 6th inning, and she takes the strike to start the frame from Christina Clark, and swings and misses on the next one. Oh, 2 the count. Pitch high for a ball. Pretty efficient first 5 innings for Clark. 49 pitches through 5 innings. And that pitch upstairs, it's 2-2. That one just missed. Count goes full. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Out recorded to start the 6th here. That's strikeout number 4 for Clark.
Left fielder, number 15, Joanna Lloyd.
And Joanna Lloyd to bat. And there's the first pitch strike from Christina. And a swing and a miss on the next one. 0-2. To Lloyd. Clark's next pitch outside. 1-2 the count. Ox fires. Here's a ground ball and gets just past the diving Lexi McDonald into center field for a base hit. Infield was in. And
First baseman, number 2, Jazz Johnson.
1 out with the runner on. Jazz Johnson pops up to left field. It's caught by Savannah Babb. There's 2 outs. Abby Huey, the next batter, with 2 outs. And the pitch outside. 1-0 the count. Here's the next pitch. Called strike. Pitch is popped up to center field. Coming in is Atwood and makes the grab. Lady Lions retired after just 1 hit in the 6th. They leave a runner on. We head to the 7th. Silo with a 3-0 lead. More coming up here on SiloRebels.tv. Shaylin Midgley to lead off here in the seventh. Here's the pitch from Nye. It's a ground ball left side. Here's the throw from the shortstop. Is not in time. Midgley beats it out for a hit. Another base hit for Midgley, her second of the game. Avery Beecham, the next batter. Lady Rebels looking to tack on to the lead here in the top of the seventh inning. They lead 3-0. And the pitch is taken for a strike to Beecham. Here's the pitch. It's high. 1-1. Here's a pitch hit into right field and coming in, caught by the right fielder. Midgley was on the move, and she's going to be doubled off. Stealing on the pitch. That one's popped up into right field, and they double him off at first base. There's two quick outs for Lexi McDonald. Now nobody on. Pitch is a strike call. Here's the next pitch, swung on. It's hit left center field, going to get over the head of the center fielder. Rolls to the wall. McDonald around second again, looking for her second triple of the game, and she's got it. Second triple of the game by Lexi McDonald. And the Lady Rebels have a runner at third with two outs. Here comes the pitch from Nye, and it's outside. 1-0 the count to Charlie Hampton. Trying to get McDonald home with the fourth run of the game. And tack on another insurance run. Next pitch, and misses inside, 2-0. Next pitch is fouled by Hampton on the 2-0. Off the right side, now to play. That pitch misses high. 3-1. Hampton looking for a hit. Pick up her third RBI of the game, and that one fouled back. Charlie with two of the three RBIs in the contest. Count full. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's a ground ball. Poked to the first baseman, and she'll field it and step on the bag. And the Lady Rebels leave a runner at third We go to the bottom of the seventh, 3 outs away from a trip to the regional championship contest. We'll have that for you here coming up in just a moment. The first pitch in there to Ashlyn Dalton just misses from Christina Clark. Here's the next one. Skied into right center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Atwood comes over to field it, but Dalton quickly around first, and she's going to have a double to lead off here in the seventh inning. Just the third hit of the game for Howe. Gracie Lute, the next batter. Howe had the late comeback to defeat Stroud yesterday. That pitch from Clark outside for a ball. There's a strike called, 1-1. Pitch fouled back to the screen. And got a piece of that one. Fouls it off. Pitch popped up. Foul ground, left side, out of play. Two the count now as that one misses. Here's a ground ball hit left side. McDonald comes in, fields it, throw to first, and safe at first base. It was a slow roller. McDonald had to charge, and the runner's safe at first. We're going to have a pinch runner at first base. It's going to be Jazz Harrison. So runners at the corners. Carson Nye will bat. Representing the tying run here in the bottom of the seventh with runners at the corners, nobody out. Infield in on the corners, expecting a bunt from Nye, and she'll take a strike from Clark. Here's a fly ball hit to center, caught by Atwood. Here comes the throw home, cut off by Clark. Runners at the hold. There's one out. Pitch to Callan Nye is outside for a ball. And that pitch misses. 3-0. 3-0 the count to Nye. And Nye walks to load the bases and bring the winning run to the plate. One out. Conference in the circle now with head coach Mike Wallace. As Howe has loaded the bases. A couple of hits and a walk. And the batter now, Maddie Nobles, the winning run at the plate with one out. Christina Clark trying to work out of this jam. And first pitch is in there to Nobles for a strike. Here's the 0-1, and it's low. Evens the count at 1-1. That one misses. 2-1 the count. Clark trying to get the pitch she wants. 2-1 the count. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. Hit in the air to right. Over is Haley Cisco. Makes the catch. Here comes the throw in. It's cut off there by Clark. Throw going to third base. The runner at third. Dalton tagged, but started to go home and went back. So 2 outs, and the bases are still loaded. And it's Kelby Duvall at the plate. Sada 1 out away. Duvall representing the winning run for Howe. And that pitch from Clark is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. The senior Christina Clark trying to finish us off. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. The winner moves on to the championship game later this afternoon. Here's the next one. It's fouled. Back to the screen. 1-2. Duvall, the last hope for Howe here. Clark with 2 strikes on the batter. Trying to finish it off here in the 7th. The pitch, and it's outside. Gets away from Beecham, but the runners hold once again. The count goes to 2-2. Really want to get the out here and not go full, and all the runners will be in motion. Here's the pitch, and it's low. It does go full. Runners will be going. Bases loaded. Winning run at the plate and a full count. Time. Clark calls time. Didn't like the pitch. Al has the one she wants. Here comes the pitch home, and it's inside. Inside for ball 4. Forces in the run. The count goes to 3-1. We've got a pinch runner at first base. It's Kinsey Davis. Three to 1. Now the tying runs in scoring position for Howe and the winning run at first base. Got a conference. Howe calls timeout here. And it's the left-hand hitting Joanna Lloyd at the plate. Now the last hope for Howe. After breezing through the first 6 innings, Clark has run into some trouble here in the 7th. Howe has plated a run. The pitch home, strike called to Lloyd. Taking all the way there. Lady Rebels have her played to hit the other way. Big gap in right center. And that pitch is outside. One on 1 the count to Lloyd. Here's the next pitch. Fouled. count goes to 1-2. Lady Lions down to their final strike. As Lloyd fouls off that pitch on the outside half. The pitch, and it's misses for a ball 2. The count evens at 2-2. Here comes the next one from Clark. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 200 on the season for Christina Clark. And comes at the right moment as she strikes out Lloyd to finish it off. And the Lady Rebels win it 3-1.
And that's the ball game. The Silo Lady Rebels win 3-1. They will advance to Game 6.
Silo moves on to the championship game. That is scheduled for a 4 p.m. start. Howe has to turn around, and they will play again against Stroud, who they rallied to win against yesterday, 4-2. Looking at the final numbers for this one, Christina Clark goes the distance. Allows 1 run on 4 hits. She struck out 5 to run her total on the season to an even 200. Walked 3 as she labored a bit in the 7th. 9 hits in the game for Silos. Shaylin Midgley had a hit and an RBI. Lexi McDonald with 3 hits in the contest, including a pair of triples. Charlie Hampton with a hit, and she drove in 2 on a couple of sacrifice squeeze bunts. Bree Ginn with a hit, scored a run. Savannah Babb with a couple hits, and Cash Atwood ends up with a hit as well. Final score, Silo 3 and Howe 1. And the Lady Rebels move on. They will play in the championship game later on this afternoon after picking up win number 32 on the season. 32-7 on the season. And they'll move on. They'll play at 4 o'clock today against the winner of the next contest between Howe and Stroud. We'll have that one for you later on here about 4 o'clock here on the network, SiloRebels.tv and the Squirtle Network for the regional championship. That'll be next. Until then, I'm Kevin Farr saying so long.